If Kamala Harris was here right now, what would you tell her?
She's a douchebag, man. How you gonna be on a podcast while your American people is out there in a hurricane having life-threatening situations? And also with that abortion thing, cause it seems like everybody's jumping on a bandwagon with Kamala for the abortion, but you know, most of them chicks that's pro-abortion, they ugly and fat as a fuck, looking like Whoopi Goldberg. Nobody want to procreate with your ugly ass anyway.
That was super funny. Today we're watching Shaney on TikTok exposing the insanity of the left. It's beautiful. Let's go.
Kamala Harris seems to have a problem with young men. Why do you think that is?
Because she's fucking stupid. She's an absolute idiot. The issue with Kamala Harris is she's scripted. The reason people love Trump is he made politics entertaining. Like when he talked, he might say some wild stuff, but you could tell it's from the heart. You could tell he's speaking what's on his mind. There was a clip a couple years ago where Kamala Harris said Gen Z is stupid.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
She didn't do anything in power for the past 3.5 years. They switched out Biden, the media, and the Democrat Party. They always say Trump's a threat to democracy, but they installed Kamala Harris as the nominee. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm not out here saying that, you know, it's all black and white, but it just comes down to common sense versus stupidity.
Preach, brother. That's 100% true. I totally agree with what he's saying right there. Beautiful, beautiful.
To the people that are skeptical of another Donald Trump presidency, like there's people over there protesting saying that this rally is like a Nazi rally. What's your message to those people?
Look around. You have members of the Jewish community. You have members of the Arab community. You have members of the black community. You have members of the Latino community. You have members of the gay community. What people need to understand is this America First movement is for all. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe. I don't care where you came from. We believe if you're an American citizen, you come first, and you deserve the right to the equality of opportunity that you can have the American dream. I don't care about any of your immutable characteristics. I care about you have the opportunity to succeed in the United States of America. I ask for your vote. I don't care if you're in Manhattan or Los Angeles or Austin, Texas. You vote and you help save our country this November.
That's great to hear, honestly, that this movement is actually very inclusive and welcoming to everybody that is an American citizen. Beautiful, regardless of their gender, your race, etc.
I think young men overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump.
Because we're not stupid. I'm 19 years old and I voted in my first ever presidential election a couple weeks ago for Donald Trump. Young men are tired of being lied to, tired of being oppressed. The Democrat policies. Kamala Harris' website said that she was support of LGBT women, people of color, discrimination, this, that, the third, but it didn't mention one single thing for men. So many young men just graduated high school, are now in their first, second, or even third year of college and can't even afford a cup of noodles. When they were younger, their parents paid for everything, but now they're growing up. The other thing as well is that Donald Trump on a podcast tour, which is something that has never been done in the history of politics before, instead of going to traditional media and doing these scripted 10, 15, 30-minute segments every night, he went to podcasts. He went on Nelk Boys. He went on Joe Rogan. He went with Andrew Schultz. He went golfing with Bryson DeChambeau. And he connected with people and he showed a different side than what the media portrays. I think the biggest threat to America, biggest threat to our nation, the biggest threat to the world is the mainstream media because of these narratives that they portray that just simply aren't true. If you watched CNN, MSNBC, and liberal media, NBC News, if you watch them every single night, you would think that Donald Trump is, you would think that he's an evil. But then you go and watch a podcast for an hour and a half and hear from Trump, and it's the complete opposite. He's for freedom. He's for free speech. He's for lower economic prices in the sense of economic stability, lower gas prices, lower grocery prices, peace through strength, no foreign wars, keeping money in America. Instead of helping out these millions upon millions of illegal immigrants that are coming through our border in waves, help out the homeless veterans on the street. Help out the people struggling that are American citizens that fought for our country.
Honestly, this guy is very smart. He's speaking like it is. He's unapologetically speaking out his mind and his opinion, and he knows that many people agree with him, and I agree with him.
Would you rather have a liberal daughter or a liberal son?
Liberal daughter.
Why?
Because she can find a man that would convert her. I've converted every liberal woman I've ever touched.
I can do without either, to tell you the truth.
But if you had to pick one, though, what would you pick?
The son.
Why?
Well, because he's got some brains.
What about liberal daughter, though?
Well, All I can say is that when you look at a liberal person, not just a daughter, son, mother, sister, they're convinced in their way of thinking, and you can't pull them out of it. They're immune to reason. At least a conservative person will debate, will reason, will try and structure your train of thought.
This is my wife. Our first date. I said, hey, look, this is what I believe, and if you don't believe it, it's not going to work. If she says, I want to go to bed early, and I don't take the charge and make that happen, it doesn't happen.
Why do you think that like so many couples or just people in America are like on the opposite end of the spectrum and they don't agree with that?
There's certain value systems that I believe in. So I believe the man has the role as the head of the household and the woman as the neck. She can get me to turn and look at things, but ultimately I'm going to decide, and she trusts me to be the provider and the protector.
That's beautiful. They have a beautiful relationship, honestly, and it's working very well for them.
Would you rather date a man who cooks or a man who makes six figures?
A man who makes six figures, obviously.
Why?
Because it's my job to be in the kitchen cooking.
Okay, if she can cook, I am happy with that, honestly. But let's see her skills and what she can do first.
Protect illegal immigrants or protect homeless veterans?
Oh, definitely homeless veterans. Why won't you protect the people that protect you? And illegal immigrants, they really have no ties. That's what I don't like. Look, somebody that's not from here is not going to have the same love or passion for the country as if somebody that just came from, say, Africa, like Barry did. They don't give a about America. They don't give a goddamn. They could blow up. As long as I make my money, I'm gone. That's what I'm saying. Illegal immigrants, they say, yeah, the biggest thing they trying to promote, oh, they work on the fields. Now, look at that slave man mentality stuff that the Democrats go on. They work on the field. They do jobs that Americans want to do. No, they're going to be American that's going to want to do that job so he can help feed his family. He got a second job or something like that. So I think illegal immigrants, they come here, they litter because they don't care. This is not mine. I'm a all over the floor. I don't give a it's not my country. I'm not going to be proud. Now, the legal immigrants that come through and go through all that process and they take that oath to American flag, I believe they are good. I think legal immigrants is good. I don't think that we against legal immigration because this could be our future doctors, our future inventors, stuff like that. But those that come through the back door, that climb through your window, they mean us harm. They mean us harm at all. So I think illegal immigrants are very a threat, man. They do bad.
I think this guy is speaking the truth. I think legal immigration is very important to have high-skilled workers come into the country and work hard and do great things, but illegal immigration should be banned, honestly.
What do you think about fat people?
We need to put them in concentration camps where they can concentrate on diet and exercise.
Why do you say that?
Because fat people are a drain on society. They eat too much calories, they don't exercise, they stink, they're ugly, you don't want to procreate with them, they have diabetes. They cause a lot of the ailments that we have to deal with in our health. So we need to put them in concentration camps.
That was very blunt, but at least he's honest on his views.
Trump. I'm picking Trump. He gonna give me some business advice. I'm gonna say Trump because I ain't gonna lie, shit was low-key better with him. I ain't gonna hold you. I was one of the haters, but we actually need him back in the chair.
Trump. Oh, Trump all day. Matter of fact, Kamala Harris.
Big Uncle T, big Donald Trump. You know what's going on.
When Trump was in office, I wasn't living on the streets with my bags.
You need to send us some money, man.
I vote for Trump because, one, I'm a military guy, and I like the stuff he says.
Keep going, Trump. You is the pure representation of what America is, one of the original gangsters.
Trump, I hope he give us a bag, you know what I'm saying? Stimulus, PPP, all that, man. We need a bag.
You're a gangster.
Trump is the best president. He'll be able to do more for people that look like me, most definitely.
Trump. I'm gonna go Trump. He just pushed us to the sky, for real though.
Trump.
Why?
Stimmies, every day. Stimmies.
Trump. I just feel like the country's going in the wrong direction. I'm 58 years old. I've never seen inflation anywhere close to where it's at today.
Do you think Trump's going to win New York?
Look how many people come for Trump.
I haven't seen one protester.
Why? Because they know. They've been living them down. So when the prices go double, what do you think the people are going to feel?
Prices have gone through the roof. 25% more inflation for no reason.
What has Kamala Harris done?
They do nothing but sound stupid to me.
Look at our American people. Look at this. Look at that. It's a really sad situation.
Who is she and why is she even running for office? Kamala Harris can't even say two sentences together. What do you want from her, man?
Opening up the borders to just basically empower the top tier of our country because they want to have voters. No voter registration. What kind of country is that?
I got more than 15 people that was working, men and everything, and women, they're homeless now, the last 3-4 years. That's the one I know. Imagine the one I don't know.
Without Trump, we are going to have a devastating future, a future that we cannot unravel.
Send aid to Ukraine or send aid to the southern border?
Send aid to the southern border. That's the most important thing.
Send it to the southern border and then double it and send more to the southern border.
Why?
Well, because we are re-invaded. I mean, we have a drug problem coming in for China.
Right now we have a situation where 3 million people have crossed the border illegally.
We cannot sustain 8 million people crossing the border illegally every 3 years.
Yeah, I agree. That was a big mistake from the Democrats, honestly, to let that many people into the country illegally and then helping them. Honestly, it was bad. It was bad. People were fed up and they saw through their incompetence, basically, and decided for change. They wanted to stop illegal immigration, stopping inflation, and then stopping wars all over the world, and ultimately they voted for Trump, and for many good reasons, honestly.
Just unsustainable. It needs to be shut down. Everything about the future of our country depends upon us being allowed to determine who our citizens will be.
We don't protect our borders first, we're not going to have a country.
How do you feel about children being on puberty blockers?
I think it's child abuse. I think demonizing a natural process is wrong. And if a child is that afraid of puberty, they need some serious therapy.
It's the most dangerous thing in the world, and it is child abuse. It should be illegal. The brain doesn't finish developing till age 25, and the body too. I'm detransitioning myself. I was born female, transitioned to male. I have been so ill, and that was as an adult, so what is it doing to children?
How did that, were you a kid and kind of got, talked into?
I had gender dysphoria as a kid. I thought I was born in the wrong body. Growing up, I realized that's not possible because you don't know what it's like being in the wrong body. But I had the feelings all my life, and then as an adult, I went for it. I was okay for a few years, and I got incredibly ill. Now I suffer from adult tics and other health conditions, seizures, and they want to do this to children. These people need to be locked up. It is the modern day lobotomy. They belong in jail.
I have a couple policies that I love of Kamal. Could you guys maybe give me a few that you think that she's done well or that you like?
I like her support for families, working families.
I'm not saying support, some set in stone policies.
She supports childcare, working families.
I mean, that's not a policy. Will you talk to me about Kamal? No. But I feel like if you're a Kamal supporter, you should be able to defend why you support Kamal.
I can, but I'm not going to.
Because I'm a independent voter, so I want to understand why to vote for Kamal.
Well, first step, you might learn to pronounce her name correctly.
No, maybe some policies, though. I don't care as much about the name, I care much about the policies. And I haven't found one policy that Kamal has talked about or said or done in the entire history of her being in politics. I don't care what her name is. It could be Jim from Subway. I would vote for her if she had some good policies. What's on Kamal's 100-day plan?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Probably. She doesn't know.
I don't.
It's sad to see, honestly. All of these people, they think they are doing a good thing by voting for Kamala just because, I don't know, just because she's a Democrat, just because she's black, just because she's a woman. It's sad to see, honestly, voting for people just for their skin color or their gender and not on their merit. Honestly, the Biden and the Kamala administration, they did nothing over the past 4 years to improve the lives of the American people, honestly, and people saw through that.
Has she published it yet?
No, which is pretty shocking that she hasn't published it.
She's only been running for 7 weeks.
Well, yeah, because she committed a coup against Biden. That's why she's only been running for 7 weeks. No one voted for her. She wasn't elected.
She was elected.
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't elected the presidential nominee. The people didn't vote for her in the primaries. And, the left always says Trump's a threat to democracy. Kamal was installed as the Democratic nominee.
I think this interview is over. You're not even showing her the courtesy of pronouncing her name properly. I think I don't want to talk anymore.
But why not? Because you can't defend and stand on your beliefs? Wait, are you walking away? You guys are just as senile as Biden or what? If Kamala Harris was here right now, what would you tell her?
You faking communist, socialist. You probably sticking tampons in your tampon Timmy all up in your. You don't know your motherfucking head from your motherfucking toenail. You need to go back to where the you came from, India. You ain't American. You and Obama ain't American. Y'all want to be black when it suits your cause, suits to get votes. Y'all always black every 3.5 years. What the heck going on, Kamala?
Kamala Harris is not black. She's Indian. She's locked up over 1,500 people for we-related bullshit. And then she laughed about it. We've seen the mess that you and Biden have created in the past 3 years. And the only person who could clean it up is Donald Trump, baby!
How do you feel about Biden dropping out of the presidential race?
It's a fucking not that much of a shocker, honestly. I think we all saw this coming the whole time. I think they're going to put in probably Michelle, but she's not going to be the first woman president because she has a cock. So She's gonna be the second male black president.
I love his policies. I love everything he stands for. He's pro-America. He's knocking all this nonsense on the border. We just have open borders with Kamala. She makes no sense. She's always laughing or always drunk. Trump is always talking about what the changes he's gonna make. Kamala is just joking around. She's not someone to take serious. And if she hasn't done anything in 3 years, you gotta believe she's not gonna do anything. I mean, it's just crazy how people would just vote for somebody just because she's a woman, per se.
I can be a woman in 2020.
It's beautiful, honestly. People saw right through their incompetence. The Democrat Party ran a terrible campaign, honestly. That's what I believe. And they wanted change, and so they voted for Trump. And Trump won in a huge battle. He won the war, basically. He won the presidential election, and it was the most beautiful political comeback in history, honestly. Probably one that will be studied and remembered for years. And I can totally understand why people voted for him. Let me know what you think about this video. Don't forget to follow Shane on TikTok. He's a great guy right there. Shaney on TikTok. He made some great interviews and he is super funny and exposing the insanity of the left all day, every day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here as always. Click right there to watch the next video and I will see you there. Bye bye.